We're kicking off a brand new chapter of the podcast with a special 21-day series called From Purpose to Impact. I'm celebrating by giving back to listeners who are ready to take the next step. If you've been feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or unsure of how to move forward in your online business, I want to hear from you. Simply go to youronlinebusinessmentor.com and tell me what's been holding you back. Or ask a question you'd love for me to answer on the show, and you'll be entered in a special listener giveaway for access to programs designed to support you in your journey. I can't wait to help you get unstuck and moving forward. This week, one of the questions that came in for the podcast was from Anne, and it's a great question. She asked, how do I plan the next 3, 6, 9, and 12 months of my business in a way that actually moves my business forward? Not just thinking about it, not wishing it would magically happen, but really knowing what to focus on and what to do first. And underneath her question is something I see all the time. It's this belief that if you could just get the plan right, everything will fall into place. If the plan is clear enough, the overwhelm will just go away. That the business would finally start moving, things will feel easier, and I get why we want that. Honestly, I have wanted it many times myself. But here's the truth. Creating a 12-month plan is not what moves your business forward. As business owners, yes, we do annual planning. We look ahead, we think big picture, but we definitely don't plan every detail of the next year all at once. That is way too hard and honestly not very helpful. What actually works is choosing one main focus at a time. For me, that usually looks like one big focus per quarter. And then the details get fleshed out in real time as you make decisions, as you take action. Because remember, clarity doesn't come from just putting something on paper. It comes from doing the work and seeing what happens. Planning can make us feel productive. It can make us feel organized, but planning by itself isn't action. And it is definitely action that creates momentum. This topic actually came up today in my local entrepreneur group here in Orlando. When I moved here in 2024, I started this monthly entrepreneur meetup so that I would have people to meet together with to share wins, talk through challenges, get feedback, and just say our goals out loud. It has been the most fun group, great for connecting with other people who understand. They get what you're building and why it matters. And today when we met, I shared how excited I am about this new podcast series, and we ended up talking about overwhelm and focus. And one of the women in the group shared this very helpful analogy. She said she's learned to stop trying to juggle everything as if it's all equally important. Instead, she asked herself which balls are glass and which are plastic. Glass balls are the things that can't be dropped because if they fall, something breaks. Plastic balls might matter, but if they drop for a bit, nothing serious happens. And I think the mistake most of us make is treating everything like it's a glass ball. We talked about that on yesterday's episode. By trying to do everything, we prioritize nothing. We don't want anything to fall through the cracks, so we try to hold all of it, all the goals, all the ideas, all the plans, and instead of moving forward, we're paralyzed. We freeze. So here's what I really want you to hear today. You don't need a plan for everything. You just need clarity on what matters most right now. When I look back at my own business, I never really had the full plan. I didn't know exactly what my business was going to look like 6 years after I started. I didn't know which offers would stick. I didn't know what offers I would enjoy delivering. I didn't know how things would evolve. What I did know was the next step I was willing to take. And every time I took a step, the next one became clearer. Not before, but after. So if you're feeling stuck, here's the question to ask yourself. What is the glass ball in your business right now? Is it getting one offer launched? Is it getting clear on your messaging and what you're selling or who you're serving? Is it focusing on bringing in new leads, new people into your world? Everything else doesn't have to be handled right now. Some things can be plastic for this season, and letting them drop doesn't mean you're failing. It just means you're focused. Remember, you don't need to see the whole map to take the first turn. nor do you need an entire 12-month plan to take the first step. You need one clear priority and the willingness to move. Clarity will meet you there. And that's how purpose turns into impact. Remember, if you're feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or unsure what your next step should be, I'd love to hear from you. Submit your question for the podcast at youronlinebusinessmentor.com.